Your time to make the call is now. It's fourth and late at the 8.
We'll have to change the name of the show to Fourth and Late at the 8:03 because we're late, but it's fourth and late at the 8. I'm Jimmy J's hair.
I am Landry's Legend. Welcome, everybody.
Soon to be with us should be Slam and Sammy. And as you know, we are the star we are. Are you? If you are, hit the like, hit the subscribe. Let's get right into the show. This is Fourth and Late at the 8, where we're going to hang with you. It's going to go on Spotify here in a few weeks and things like that. And so we'll try to get it live there where it'll be a full on radio show. But for right now, it's a YouTube call in show. And you too can call in 774-290-2200. We'll get you on the show live with Coach and Sammy as soon as she gets here. She is fourth and late, fashionably at the 8, I'm sure. PIN number is Cowboys, so 269-2697 is what you dial to get it right. You tell us your age, tell us your name, claim your state, and state your claim. Talk to us, Cowboys Nation. Coach, how we feeling on this? What is it? Just a normal old hump day,
Hump
huh?
day, right? Right, hump day. Trying to get over the hump of free agency and all the way to the NFL draft. On the splash screen, I
Mm.
had Jordan Brooks incoming. Not as clickbait
There,
as full belief that
is he?
well, I mean, it's pretty widely, unless the rumors are completely, from fabricated. But people are running with the fact that the Cowboys have shifted from Patrick Queen and are targeting Jordan Brooks and Aziz Al-Shaair. Uh,
Yeah, yeah.
even
No,
though these guys
that
aren't
is the
available,
talk.
aren't guys that are available in free agency. These are trade targets. Apparently, there are actual discussions with teams. They are willing to move these players. Houston may be less willing to.
Yeah,
So, is Jordan Brooks
yeah,
incoming,
yeah.
and how important is it?
Houston definitely probably feels like they can win now more than Miami. So letting good players go out of that building probably doesn't make sense. Miami being in rebuild mode kind of does. You've seen they let go of the Waddle, um, Tyreek Hill, Tua Tagovailoa. I mean, they're
Minka
completely
Fitzpatrick.
revamping, and so Mika Fitzpatrick, they're completely retooling everything. They need offensive linemen. We have a Terrence Steele that I think they could use. I've been trying to trade him in mock drafts. I've been trading him to Miami. I think Terrence Steele plus some picks. Let's go get Jordan Brooks. Um, I'm at the proponent of we cannot afford George Pickens after this year. So unless you think he's going to play on the tag and try to help you get a chip for this one last run, I think you've got to try to see what picks you can get for him as well.
I
But
think
we
that's
can save that
basically
for the
the
meat of the show.
realization that I came to this morning. Was I was
Yeah.
all about George Pickens. I'm like, no, we can't be without him. And then I realized, well, we're gonna be without him after next year.
Oof.
And if all you get is him playing this year for you, basically the only thing that could supplant it is if someone told me you have to have George Pickens to win the Super Bowl this year. Because if not, he won't be here the year after. It's unlikely we're ready to just go and win it this year. And the compensation. We spent a third. You were talking about the Waddle trade, like yesterday, and in the entire past week, what he got, which means George is worth that or more, and we spent a third, and we can essentially profit a first round pick, a high second.
No. Even if you told teams, look, we'll be really fair. Jalen Waddle got a first and a third. We believe George is better, but we know he's going to cost. We'll just take a
Mm-hmm.
first and a third. Then you've recouped your third back, and you've added a first round draft pick, which you would have three now in this first round. Three draft picks in this first round that's heavily loaded with defensive players that we could use. Like I said, I think you move off Terrence Steele and try to pick up a JC Davis somewhere along the line, 112 between 112 and 177. Those three picks kind of we have there. I'm looking at tackle, which is why you got to go get Jordan Brooks, or you got to move these guys around and get some more picks. We've talked about it plenty. You should talk about it with us. 774-290-2200 to get you on the show. Sammy should be joining soon. Let us know in the comments how you're feeling this Wednesday evening. It is a hump day. Like Coach said, we're getting over the hump, heading into the draft. Lots of mock drafts going on. We might run a couple later. Love to
That's
get your
virtually a
opinion on it.
guarantee.
It's virtually guaranteed we're going to run at least one, and
Because
it's
they like
man,
we talked about, it's the best video game out there. They made it too easy.
it is
Look, oh, we're drafting, and look at that. It's just we should draft right now. Look how well it fills Sam's spot.
not what it does just fit right in there. But no, but before we do that, Coach, if we can, real quick, there's a couple of
Yeah,
things we brought in for media and we wanted to
sure.
check out, and let's go ahead and feel. I know some people been talking about Anthony Hill Jr. and how, we talked about it yesterday. Schottenheimer goes out to Austin the night before their pro day, has dinner with them. He didn't have dinner with all of them, but Schottenheimer and a couple defensive coaches had dinner with Anthony Hill. We talked about what we think that the reasons are and what may come of that. And we got a little interview from him. They kind of asked him, what it would be like playing next to Demo and some other stuff. So I believe we have an Anthony Hill Jr. interview queued up and just kind of see what he had to say at pro day.
It feels crazy, like when you're doing it and you're coming as like a sophomore freshman. It feels a lot different from when you're out there doing the drills. It's a little bit more tiring, but it was a fun experience. I had fun. Me and Trey, I kind of been with him the whole process. He was my roommate in Indy, so just finishing out with him was a pretty cool thing. I mean, I haven't really been nervous because I've been trusting my preparation. Like, I worked hard to be here. I worked hard through the whole process, so I haven't had nothing to worry about except for when you got on line for the 40. That's a little nerve-wracking, but other than that, I've been cool. It can't be 2 A's and zeros, so I know I would have to get a new number. But man, it'll be a blessing to play with him. I've been watching him my whole life, so it'd be really cool playing with him, just learning from
He said
him.
my whole life.
Modeling my game after him while I've been in Texas, so it was a pretty cool.
So as far as that
Yeah.
goes, his whole life, he's 20 or 21 years old, maybe he's 22. The look of the grown man and the running around there and the athleticism, the voice
Oh, I
of a
know.
teenager is still
And then the
virtually.
voice of a kid. I know, it's so crazy. But I mean, look, he moves really well for his
Mhm.
size. He's actually a bigger middle linebacker, right? Kind of sort of a thumper, but actually moves well. He and who knows when he says whole life, maybe they went to high school in close areas, maybe somewhere similar. So like he knew of the player. Maybe, and then obviously
So
he played in Texas with
so
Demo for 1 year when he was just
he
coming
played
in.
in
So
Texas with Demo for 1 year. Anybody
mhm.
who overlapped with Demo at Texas was considering Texas when they were a sophomore in high school, when Demo's already there,
Right.
dreaming of
Yep.
Texas when they're a freshman or when they're in 8th grade, when Demo's being recruited there. So you could be
Mhm.
familiar all the way back to Demo's senior year when you were 11 or 12 years old.
Yeah.
Which it's just your whole.
Yeah, no, listen, that happens,
Yeah.
and it's not a stretch to think that. And then it's so crazy if to have them both on the field at the same time, two Texas linebackers. I don't know the continuity. I don't know if it's going to be much because, like I said, they hadn't played together. But just the vibes, right? The inner. Sometimes you can just build continuity through energy, and just if when your linebacker room looks like that, and then if you somehow figure out how to get a Jacob Rodriguez also, and you've got three young Texas-built Texas Tech
Built Ford
linebackers on
tough
your roster,
linebackers, Jay Tuck
the
called them.
the built Ford tough linebackers. If you were to add two of those to Demo, man, I think you've probably got the best young. They may not be the top linebacker core this year, but boy, they would have potential to be absolute superstars. It would make LVE and Jalen Smith in their good year pale in
You were just
comparison.
saying to add two of them, two of those people.
Listen,
Oh, you
we've
can't.
added so much in
Well, you
free
can't do
agency
it
so
without the
far.
George Pickens trade.
Well,
Because
I already
you
said
can't
I'm
do
doing
you
that.
can't do it at 92. You can't do it with 12 and 20. So
No,
without
right.
either the
You would
George
have, or
Pickens
at
trade
least a
or some
trade
other
down.
maneuvering of the first round pick,
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
it'd be
Moving off
tricky.
12.
Moving off 12 basically, and then double dipping it
Yeah,
at 20 and 35, or 44. So I don't. Getting them both would be tough.
getting them both would be tough. Getting either one would be nice.
Make your
That would
pick.
be a gift.
They're both there, and you have to jump at 20.
Like I said, I really trust this coaching staff. And if Schottenheimer's having dinner with him and Christian Parker is okaying that and being like, yeah, this looks like our guy. And because here's the thing, 20 feels like a reach. You can't have him at 92, and we're putting so much attention into him. So that means we're either willing to spend 20 or we're trying to find out if we're willing to spend 20, or we know we're going to make some maneuvers to where we're going to be able to get him. I think if you just move down even a little, if you take 12 and move down to anywhere around 20, then you've picked up another body, and then you don't have to feel like you've reached for your guy. Go ahead and take your guy and then taking another guy later. That's the move. It just is. We draft day the hell out of a trade yesterday. It was fun. Um and
Well,
got a horrible
it
grade
was
for
not
it,
even
but
a trade, right? To expand on that, it was a
it's three
combination of trade George Pickens, trade 12, move from 20.
and trade 20. Yeah. But we picked 6 defensive players in the top 100.
Going.
And that's where you can add Ant and Jacob Rodriguez and Chandler Rivers and Joshua Joseph.
We've got more footage from those pro days. Who do you want to see next?
Ooh, give me some Michael Taft, because early on in this draft process or in this scouting process, I was putting him on the team a lot. Before we went and added Jalen Thompson and PJ Locke, of course, I was really excited about the potential of maybe getting him around 112.
We'll put that on PFF wise. He's one of the few players that we kind of started to eyeball 6 weeks ago, before the talk got really heavy, who's fallen down the board a little bit.
He has fallen a little bit, yeah.
So we'll take a look at this.
Whereas Malik Muhammad has kind of come up the board, hasn't he? We'll check him out next. Yeah, so this is Michael Taft, just real smooth, right? He's a really good runner. He's got a nice stride. He's doing some receiver drills here, just some hand drills. But really what you look for in your safety is those deep route running ability. You want to see these guys trailing routes and looking at the ball, so you want to see how he moves and how he trails the ball, being in that deep coverage position. That's what he almost got that one. Good effort to stretch out for it.
And that's not a play he's supposed to make on the daily in the NFL.
No, not at all.
That'd be the interception of his career if he comes up with it.
But no, I really do like it. He's got an effortless stride. He runs with speed without trying really hard. I haven't seen him moving pads a ton. I did watch the Texas and Texas A&M game and did get to see him play there. But this next guy who we're going to watch, he's about as Byron Jones of an athlete as you can get. And as some of you may know, in Cowboys Nation, Byron Jones set a world record at the combine for broad jump. Set a world record. I kid you not. It was the furthest anybody ever jumped in the world on a broad jump. Byron Jones did that. Now, I'm not saying Malik Muhammad can do something like that or set a world record with some athleticism, but he's premier athlete. He tweeted a few days ago, and I absolutely loved it. I'm the best cornerback in this draft. Go watch the film. So, Cowboys Nation, go check out some film on him. And right now, we're going to check out a little pro day action. Just look at how this kid moves, man.
So this is a corner that if you miss out on the first round or don't draft one in the first round, you would take, or one you would still take, even had you spent 12 or 20 at corner.
No, you can't spend 12 or 20 on this guy, but he's one that potentially...
Would you still take him if you had already spent 12 or 20 on McCoy? Let's say you spent 12.
Oh,
on
would
McCoy,
I still say get him at 92 or 112? Would I still
92,
spend?
Yeah, or 112, right? Exactly.
That would be tough because we've added so much.
You need other picks,
Kendrick,
Kobe
Durant.
See how back and throw it.
I know. His position, his body control position.
Do it.
Size.
Hips pretty. He looks pretty good for how thick and solid he is. Right, he's not a lean guy.
He's solid. That's what he said. He's built. Yeah. No, he's physical, long hands, good eyes.
Runs well.
He can jump through the roof. He's athletic. No, he's a lot of potential here, man. I'm telling you that. I see why Christian Parker, Will McClay, and Schottenheimer made their way out to Austin, Texas. The boys out there play. Remember, Texas had one of the top defenses in college football last year. They may not have the Caleb Downs on the roster. They may not have the Sonny Styles on the roster, but the collective unit that they had, and especially the three that we're talking about here, right from the ground up, Anthony Hill, your corner, and your safety, kind of those three positions. They got elite players. They do. They got NFL ready players at all three. Looks like we're going to try to take one or two of them. If we ended up with all three of those guys that we just kind of watched there, that'd be crazy. But let's look at. So we were talking about Shotty had dinner with him. It's actually funny. I was watching some DLLS. Go follow DLLS Cowboys if you don't already. They're great guys. Jesse Noai, Clarence, Jeff Kavanaugh, the whole crew. They're great. And so I think we actually have a clip of Clarence and Jeff chopping it up about the dinner and stuff, and about Anthony Hill Jr. and Jeff's ranking. It was kind of funny. I just thought it might be good to watch.
Boots on the ground in Austin. Yeah, boots on the ground in Austin. He was in Austin Monday night having dinner with one Anthony Hill Jr., linebacker out of Texas, linebacker out of Denton, who some people, you have him as the second best linebacker on your board.
He could be anywhere from second to fourth or fifth.
But right now you have his second.
I do.
So let's stick with that.
I do.
Okay. You got him second.
Got him second.
You ranked him second.
I did.
Then
You said
ranked
that.
him second.
I did. I'm just saying where the consensus
what you're
has.
saying is you, Jeff, ranked him second.
All right, pause coach.
But on a scale of 1 to 100.
No. We put your board up last week.
We did.
We tweeted out. You had him over C.J. Allen.
Got it right there.
You had him over
Got it right there.
Rodriguez, guys who are more hyped.
Yep.
You got him number 2 on your board.
Yep.
So that's what he is.
Yep.
The number 2 off-ball linebacker.
Unless you count Arvell Reese as a linebacker, then he's number 3.
He's
you
not.
don't count him as a linebacker. You did your board.
I shifted him over there.
Okay.
I shifted him.
So the bottom line is this.
So we had
2 minutes. According to my boots.
Get him over there, yeah.
That's hilarious. That's funny. So, ladies and gentlemen, I believe we have our very own in-house superstar, Slim and Sammy. I believe she is with us backstage. Let's see if we can get her up in here. No, that was funny the way he just kept doubling down. But you had him second. But you had him stop trying to.
But not if
wiggle
Arvell
around.
Reese is a linebacker.
That's funny.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Hey, thanks.
I don't think we quite
Good
hear
to
you
see
yet,
guys.
Sam.
Oh, you
I
can't
can
hear
muted.
me?
I can hear her.
Not yet.
I can hear
Can
her.
you?
Right.
Oh,
I-
because she's not on conference call. I should be able to hear her
and
now.
do I need to take my headphones out?
No, chat and everybody hears you just fine. Trust me. You're good.
Okay.
Yep.
Hey, but what about you?
What about
I
who?
just hear you doubled a little, Andrew, but it's fine. So, so conference call, free conference USA, Sam. We'll get you linked up on that so you could be in on the conference call because I'm not sure if you're able to do it from your phone that you're using right now, unless you open up a different tab. And so,
Well, whatever. I don't know how that would work. Yeah, we'll have to do that one on a day where I can come in early. Yeah.
No, for sure. But no, we were just. Did you see? Were you watching that clip backstage?
I seen who was he referring to that he was like adamant Guy had him out as his second pick.
Yeah, Anthony Hill Jr., a linebacker from Texas.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I see. I heard him say something about the linebacker and everything, Arvell Reese, but yeah.
Jeff was like, "Well, I had him anywhere from 2 all the way down to 4th and 5th," and Clarence is like, "No, hold on. Don't try to shimmy around. You ranked him at 2. Don't try to lie now." And he's like, "Well, but if Arvell Reese, no, buts."
You said 2, yeah.
But no, welcome into the show, Sammy. How was vacation? You're back with us finally after so many weeks.
Vacation was fun, except for so we go down to go to Disney World, right?
Okay.
I woke up at 3 a.m., threw up. I was like, okay,
Ooh.
maybe I just ate something bad. Like, there's no way this could be happening the freaking morning of Disney World. Like, no way. So we get up at 6, because we wanted to be there by 8, or I don't know, 7:30 to get good parking, and then the park opened at 9, so you wanted to be in line for the areas by then. I threw up 7 times from 5 a.m. to 9 a.m. And I am not kidding you. I had absolutely nothing left in my stomach. So my stomach physically hurt, and I laid in Everett's stroller and slept the whole time.
Now, was this from food? What are we?
I have
ill
no
from
idea. So I'm kind of wondering if Everett had this bug too, because a couple days before that he had something similar happen. But I was like, this is a joke. And then it rained a lot while we were down there. But luckily, I got to experience Universal Studios and Island of Adventures with no problem. So that turned out. But
So you did Universal Studios and Disneyland is where you were?
Disney World. So it's World for ORL is Orlando. This is a little cheat code. And Land LA is Cali.
Well, I knew where they were. I thought Universal was in California, but I'm mistaken on that.
Nope, it's there too. They have Universal Studios
There's
here,
both.
Epcot, Epic, Island Adventure. Like, there's a whole bunch of them. Universal was my favorite, I think. The virtual roller coasters, bomb. I hate real roller coasters. I will ride those 27 times in a row.
Wow. The big promo for
So-
the virtual roller coasters.
Yeah.
Outside of the double-digit vomiting, almost everything was good though.
It was good. Yeah, we freaking every time we tried to get a beach day, it was raining. So then it was a 4-hour drive from Orlando to Miami. We make it early that day. rained the whole time we were in Miami. The beach was closed. They wouldn't even let us go on. And I looked it up. Fun fact, like 30 to 40 people, I think, get injured a year from lightning strikes in Miami. Like it is so common there that they
What?
take these precautions. Or in Florida, yeah, because it's closer to the equator or something. It was something weird, but that's why they closed the
Wow.
beach. So we didn't get to go there. But other than that, like if you ever go to Florida, go to Siesta Keys. The sand is white
Mm.
and it stays
Nice.
cool when the weather's hot.
Oh wow.
Oh
Now
wow.
see, the
Cold
white
sand.
sand is,
That's
is something okay. That's pretty. You know, obviously I've been to Galveston here in Texas, and it's not pretty sand. But
Yeah.
I can deal with the not pretty sand, but the hot, I'm talking about. Don't
Right.
think you're just walking
It'll
down to the
scorch
beach
you.
from the sand. You will wear shoes
No.
all the way to the water,
That's
Right.
why they invented flip flops, bro. Can't do
and
And
it.
water
the
shoes.
water
Yeah.
there is clear too. Like it is, I can't
Yeah.
say Bahamas clear, but it is pretty dang close. Like it is clear. It was
A lot
so
of coral
nice.
and stuff, right? So it just keeps it real clean, real.
Yeah, I didn't get to go out there
No,
because the
not to
water
the
was too
reefs.
cold and I'm a weenie. Yeah. Yeah. But
L-
it was fun. The drive back, we got to go to Nashville, but
Oh, that's
after
cool.
8 people for a very long time in a 15-passenger van, it's kind of good to be home. But
Wow. So full road trip to nice. Well, that's awesome.
One of those
Glad you had a
vacations
yeah.
good
where
trip.
it is just as much fun as there is exhaustion, and you have to end
Yeah.
it sometime, right? You got to wrap it up.
Oh yeah, it's crazy. You know, the way there we were playing music and singing and everybody was talking, and the way back everybody was sleeping and quiet. I don't even think we listened to music as a group one time.
Hmm. How
Yeah.
many
That's
people
good.
went?
8.
8 of you.
Yep.
Nice.
Youngest
Speaking of
was 12.
The
speaking
youngest
of
was
which, I think
12.
we have it.
The youngest was
Wow.
Yeah.
the youngest was 3.
Oh, well, I meant besides Everett, and he's 4.
He's
But
4
yeah,
now.
he'll be 5 in October.
Oh, he's
Anyways, let's
already
get
coming on
back to
5.
what we're
Let's
talking
go.
about.
But we can talk about whatever we want on 4th and late. That's I mean, it's no set topics.
That's
That's all
right.
for Friday.
That's what it is.
Okay.
But to segue that way towards that, um, if you haven't yet, we're gonna need to give you access to PFF and and
Oh, I have to make one on there.
Oh,
well, you
well,
don't have
tomorrow
to,
night.
but if you want to like have maybe you messed with the interface and kind of seen a little bit more of like the current boards because they move around as the days go right now as people are doing mock drafts
Yeah.
and taking people at positions they go up and down on their average draft
At the
position
bare
and
minimum, get yourself familiar with the players that we can possibly
Okay.
draft at our positions, and if you would like to try to potentially make a trade with someone,
or even just 12 and 20, you know what I mean, have
yeah,
a good idea of
get real familiar.
what you might do in the with the high picks.
Uh,
Tomorrow night is your
Again, it's all you,
draft,
you
your
get to
mock
well
draft.
Friday, right? We're only
and
Friday night.
Oh, this
I'm
is
just
Wednesday. Yes.
talking Cowboys, right? Like I'm not doing my
Mhm.
first round pick for everybody,
Oh
or
no,
am
just the
No.
I?
You're
Cowboys,
just
just the
doing the
Cowboys
Cowboys
picks.
draft.
Yeah.
Oh, thank
No
goodness.
way.
I was sitting here
Put you
like,
through all
no way.
that.
Okay, I already have a good idea of what I want to
No,
do.
Yeah,
only
some
Landry
players
and
that
I
you
are
might want to
crazy enough
target.
to be up at 1 in the morning last night doing
Yeah,
first round mock drafts for the entire
yeah.
NFL. And
Pretty
listen, I
soon we'll be
actually
doing a
think
2-round.
we nailed it. No, I kid you
Oh
not.
my.
We did one a full first round mock draft today.
Hmm.
ESPN had like 5 of the exact same picks and like moves we had. It was really cool. But
Yay, that's good.
4th and late at the 8. We see you guys. I believe there's 8 of you in here, so let's get 8 likes up on the board. 8 more
Woohoo.
subscribe. I don't know who's a fan, who's not, but hit that like, hit that subscribe. We actually, you can call in 774-290-2200. Enter Cowboys or 269-2697. Again, tomorrow night, Friday, or not tomorrow night. I'm ahead of myself. When this is Wednesday, Friday night though, in 2 nights we'll have Sammy do a draft. It'll be the Star We Are live, back in action, and tomorrow evening and most evenings Friday, 4th and late at the 8 always. When you do your draft, Sammy, just make sure you take. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna influence you.
No, look,
Yeah, okay. I was
My
really listening and trying to see what you had to tell me.
right here,
That was
no,
good.
one quick preview. The draft can sit there and stay on the spot as you fly through one.
I can't
as I do.
see, but you'll have to.
No,
So
but
you'll
you'll
have to
hear.
send that to me since I'm on my
No,
phone. I
no.
can't
But
see
no,
nothing.
no. But you'll hear as Jimmy's doing one real quick. We'll fly through a 1 minute one. We'll fly through it.
Okay.
Go ahead. Oh wait, he's muted. Okay. Well, either way,
Yes, I
I'll
can't hear.
I'll get us in there, and get us in there as the Dallas Cowboys and 7 rounds, and the Oakland Raiders are on the clock now. I can't start it, because I have to give them the opportunity to trade. So we're in the draft as the Dallas Cowboys. This is a super mock, like a mock speed
I
mock
can
draft.
see a little bit. Oh, I can see a little bit now. Okay.
You got 1 minute. Jimmy?
You can throw it over me, Coach.
Oh, throw it over you?
So that way, so that way people can see how really focused she is right here.
Okay.
Oh my gosh! Stop it. Yeah.
Let me get to my mock here. Okay.
Ah, do not mind me. I am
Well, no,
very
here,
much
I'll put
going
it
to
on me. You're the one that mock it. You're the one that's mocking. So there you go.
Me?
No.
Oh,
I'll just put it on
okay.
top of myself. That's all.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I'm not ready right now because I already know, but yeah.
Coach.
Oh, it's on me.
Yeah, I told you 1 minute. 1 minute.
Oh, to show her. Okay,
yeah,
I'm sorry.
real
Yeah, I
quick.
had
1 minute.
I had
Mock
somebody
speed.
come in
Mock
the room
draft.
earlier.
I was trying to
Okay,
fill the
boom.
area in between that, but yeah.
Yes. Trade 12. Houston.
Trade 12 before the draft even started. No, that's his MO. To who? Houston?
Houston.
The Houston Texans. 12. You're asking
38-58.
30. What did you say?
38-58. And
38 and
101.
59, but yeah. And
Whatever.
106.
There you go. That's it.
12. You're not getting 106. They think you can. So PFF says you got no problem with that offer of the trade.
Of course not.
Okay.
Oh, so you traded 12 for 3 picks in
Yes.
what is that? Is that 36, 56, and 10?
It's 38, 59, and 106. So it's a very high second, and another second. Those are 2 seconds actually.
Okay, and then
like
welcome
a
in,
fourth
Rick.
round
We
pick.
see you in the chat down there.
What's that?
Okay. I was telling Rick, welcome in. He's in the chat down there. He said,
Oh.
"Hey, Jimmy Landry, Sammy,
Yo,
what's
yo.
up? Welcome back, guy." He said, "Welcome back, Sammy."
Thank
So
you.
yeah, no,
Good to be
start it
back.
up. Yeah, that's good. That's all I wanted to do is move off of that 12.
Okay, that's all you wanted to do is move off of that. All right, here we go.
Yeah, and so this will give you an idea, Sam, of what you're
So
doing.
we're not
see,
picking
it
until
goes
20
through.
because he got off 12.
It pops up.
Right.
Jermon McCoy is still there. I'll
Giving
take
you the
that
top
at
available,
20.
just like it would be on draft day. Mm-hmm. Jermon McCoy,
Okay,
King Messidor.
cornerback, edge, safety, corner. Okay, I'm trying to make sure I can read positions and everything.
Yeah. Oh, it's bigger on the show. We're doing it
Well,
a little
I know,
different
and
here.
since I'm on my phone too, I
And
can't.
yeah,
I
It's
tell
a
you
little
what, while
booger.
we're on here and we're free willing like this, what I can do because I forget to do this, and I learned this.
I learned this.
Yeah, I did. I just turned on a thing that says guests can see HD video. Did that clear it up at all?
I think it looks exactly the
I think it
same.
looks the same.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
so I
don't know.
took.
I don't notice a big difference if there is one. I'm
Okay.
sorry, that was kind of a bad answer.
No. I'm just gonna make it as big as I can here and try to make it.
There we go. There we go. I can
Yeah, it
read.
just doesn't take much. You just need a little bit more to see it. There you are.
All right, I can back up a little bit. All right, Jimmy, it's your turn.
Yeah,
I'm
here
listening.
you go. 20.
Go down.
Yeah.
I
Like
want
way
TJ
down.
Parker.
So where'd you end up at?
TJ Parker.
Okay. Ranked 29th. He's picking at 20. Now he is at 38, which he picked up from trading down, getting off
Jacob
12.
Rodriguez.
And Jacob Rodriguez is just barely available. Well, we want Jacob Rodriguez. Third round, this is 59, also picked up from the Houston Texans via trade.
I'll take Jake Golday as well. I didn't know
Another
they
linebacker.
could get
Bryce
him there.
Lance. Woo!
Let's
There you
go.
go. That's a double dip at linebacker.
That's right.
90,
now we're
92
gonna take,
from the Osa trade.
go down. I want Markel Bell. I don't want to think about it. I
I
already
want
know
to
who
think
I want
about
here.
it. Didn't deal with George
Hold on.
Pickens, you know.
Give me
but
Malik Muhammad.
It is what it is. We just watched
Okay,
a pro day
okay.
on Malik Muhammad. The Dallas Cowboys coaching staff was there just the past 2
Is he
days.
the one that was talking about the 2 agent zeros and wanting to play with?
No, that was
Hill?
Anthony Hill Jr.
That's Sand Hill.
Yeah.
Anthony Hill Jr. Okay.
That
That's
was
pro-
just
listen,
before
we're
you got here.
probably
We were
drafting
watching
that
those
guy.
interviews and stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, this is
Um,
112. Your original 4th round pick.
I should have a safety here.
You need me
His
to
name's Bud Clark from TCU.
I'll filter it by safety, and he's the top safety available.
I know it. I told you I'm pro at this video game, dog. They don't want to. Okay, I'll take
152 here.
you
Boy, that
know.
Diego Pounds
Ooh.
name keeps. I think I just like the name Pounds as a
I
tackle.
think I was gonna say
It
that's
might,
who I'd say because I think he was on one of my lists.
I mean, it's
Well,
that
you'll get
simple.
your chance tomorrow. No,
Hey! I'm just trying to remember here.
no, I'll actually take Katron Allen here. Give Javonte Williams a little 1-2 pop because I'm not sure if we obviously all want to see,
More
who
of Jaden
develops.
Blue.
But if he's got to stop wearing Louis Vuitton sneakers to practice and stuff, get his mind
I'm
right.
sure he was gonna be a different person this season. He freaking
I
better
couldn't
be.
believe that
That
when
was
you
that
told
new
us that
money.
on the
That's
news.
what we
Sam.
call new money, Jack.
Okay. Yeah, no, we're not taking no Cade Klubniks here, but scroll down just a little for me,
Yeah.
Coach.
Sometimes I forget to scroll for you.
See,
this is my running back 1 round later than Katron right there, but you still want Emil Wagner to make that competition?
No, I'll take Drew Shelton instead.
You're gonna go Drew Shelton this time.
I
Still
do want
tackle.
another tackle.
So Coach wants Terrence Steele replaced. If
I'd have
if at all
traded him if
possible.
Coach would have gave me time. Terrence Steele's up out of here.
180.
Then that means I should still be able to get here. Caleb Elam or give me linebacker. Show me the linebackers left. He may already be gone. He is. I'll take Heineke then.
Heineke, is he related to Taylor Heineke or whatever the other quarterback's last name is?
Don't know.
I
Can't think of where Taylor Heineke. If I knew where Taylor Heineke went to school off the top of my head, and it was the same school, I would say so for sure. But it's not a common last name.
Give me that fullback from Navy because he's a disciplined football player. He is. That's what they produce at the fullback.
So I didn't know they could get drafted. I feel like I should have known that, but I did not. I thought Navy and Army were like restricted to those.
No, but I laugh because it's so funny because they don't really get drafted.
But let's talk.
Okay, this guy's that makes me feel better. But I thought they were restricted to that.
There is something to that. We'll talk about that. Let's take a look. That is whole draft. There you go. Bang, bang, bang. See, and that's a speed through. Kind of a speed through one because we've done handfuls of them. But there it is.
I know 2-3 of those names. Kind of 4. I
mean, and again, that's not surprising.
Muhammad Markel Bell. I'm pretty sure T.J. Parker.
You should know. I would think you would know Jacob Rodriguez.
Well, we are.
I feel like I want
hours.
to, but
Kansas and Kansas State are in the Big
too.
12 with him, and they were the ones who it was Tech that was dominating the Big 12
I'll
this year.
have to see who he is. I can't put a face to a name, so that might be why.
Yeah. They have
he's the white guy with the big mustache, the big handlebar mustache from Texas Tech. It's funny.
They got
when you do finally see Jacob Rodriguez's face, you won't be able to not know his face.
Yeah, you'll want him on your team.
Okay.
But
okay.
48 hours and counting till Sam's mock draft. So y'all make sure y'all tune in Friday night. It's going to be fun. She's going to do her homework and she's going to make our team better. Sam's going to draft the Super Bowl combination, guys. So make sure you tune in. It'll be fun.
We'll see about that. I just hope to be accurate, like at all. If I can even get one of my picks right for the team, I'm happy.
Oh, just get 12 or 20 right.
Yeah, the first round is the most important to get right. Yeah. So speaking of accurate, there's some. I wouldn't go two tackles or fullback.
Fullback, and don't hate too much on it, Rick. Fullback in the 7th round, and we think he's more of a special teams player.
Yeah, once you get past pick 200, I'm just trying to add like guys that I think can fight their way off a practice squad and stay on my special teams. Once you get, so I'm not too worried about it. And I just kind of like that name and him at a Navy fullback. But so we I was watching something earlier today. People are saying Arvell Reese. He's him.
Heard that a lot.
Probably going to come up and play edge like Micah, right? Like just this freak of an athlete linebacker, but he's versatile. He can move around. But if he comes up and plays edge, he might do like have a Micah effect. All this while at the same time, Ruben Bain is like, oh yeah, he's a little thicker, slightly slower, got the short arms, right? And so I just want to correct the entire football world on why Ruben Bain is worlds apart. And I will state this right now. I will put my I guess all I can do is be wrong. Reuben Bain Jr. is a far better pass rusher than Arvell Reese. And I took a couple clips, and I want to show you why I believe I know that he is. And so, Coach, if you'll show us first Arvell Reese on this drill here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
Mm-hmm.
Run that back. I want you to count the feet when he turns. One more time, Coach. Pop, 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 pop. Pop, 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 pop.
At least 6
right?
or 7.
Pop, 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 pop.
I mean, maybe 8 even. It might have been 7, 7, 8. Yeah.
Show me Reuben Bain. 1, 2. 1, 2.
Wow, the pin. Whoa, the pin.
Did you see the difference? Watch it again. He's gonna do another one.
What the?
1, 2.
He don't even
1, 2.
stop. It looks like Arvell Reese slows down quite a bit. He just glides around.
Glides.
One more time. I'd like to see those first couple again. Yeah, no, the bend. It was what allowed him to look around. He gets around in like 2 steps.
Yeah.
One, he just whips his knee around. Wow.
It's almost like he hit like a track and like it whipped him around.
I was gonna say I think like a protractor where he, that's what it reminded me of.
No, and so that's the difference. That's what tackles cannot deal with. When Arvell Reese has to come up and put his hands on you and then put his feet in the ground 5 or 6 times to beat you, it's not gonna work.
That also looks
Reuben
like
Bain is a true pass rusher, y'all.
That looks like where stubby arms don't matter. If I don't got to fight with you anymore, and if I'm past you,
Right.
And
Did it look like he needed to put his arms in your chest?
Come up 3 inches short of the quarterback, after destroying someone like that. So.
Right. No. Yeah. So Bain is a bending rusher better than Reese. Rick said. Yeah. Well, and I believe also too when it just comes to the pure power, if Reuben Bain does decide to line up to you and hit you in the chest, I believe he hits you harder than Reese, and I know that he bends, and he's a true pass rusher, and that's Reese will not be able to do that for you. At least this year. I can't say because of the freak athlete that Arvell Reese is and because he has the longer arms. If he develops, I'm not saying he can't be potentially, but as of right now, Reuben Baines is steps ahead of Arvell Reese in the pass rush department. So I just wanted to point that out for the world and anybody who thought that
Sam, can you give us a preview of your short list of say positions at 12? Like what's the highest on your
Well, okay, so I'm terrible at draft, and I'm terrible at why they're doing all these signings right now because my first automatic was going to be a quarterback or safety.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like we've signed so many of them. I mean, I know it's a competition and fight for the finish or whatever, but
well, your instinct is definitely right on corner. It was definitely all of our instincts. A month ago, that's all we did. Before any free agency happened, we took a corner. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it very well could.
So it's really throwing me off. I think my other one would be a linebacker, but
that's the other answer.
Huh? Yeah, that's the only 3 I really had. I mean, I wanted a running back later on and a couple other things, but
based on the positions you said, both at 12 and 20, there's about 5 players that I truly believe will be there, even when you draft on Friday and in the NFL draft, and you take a combination of those linebacker, corner, safety, linebacker, I'll be good.
You really can't miss, and it's like that for some NFL teams too, because this draft is so loaded in the first round with these edge rushers, linebackers, safeties, corners that you just take the one you feel like fits your team best and your scheme best, and who you like best. Because as far as am I getting a talented player, or am I going to spend on this guy and it be a miss? Those are far and few between. Few and far between in the like top 40 picks. Oh man, I drafted the Akeem Messidor and it was just a miss. No, I drafted the McNeil Warren and he wasn't what I thought. No, that's not the case in this draft.
Yeah, I'm excited, but that's also what makes I feel like pick 12 is nail biting because there are so many good options, but any of the players that I wanted originally, Sonny Styles and all that, I can definitely see going, way before. So then I'm like, oh my gosh, I thought I had so many selections for pick 12.
Right.
What am I going to do if none of them are here?
You're already well prepared because you're talking the whole language that unfortunately 12's not even high enough. It usually is to get almost any defender, like a top 3 defender in the draft. But this year, it's like Fernando Mendoza and who knows how many other offensive players will go in the top 10 when it's usually 7 players, 8 of the top 10. And we would have been sitting pretty like, oh, we're going to have any defender we want. Now I'm sitting here like, well, I would have liked one of those 5 or 6, but the other ones I'm not so excited about at 12. It's tough.
It's
Right. I don't know.
it's the old we lost J.C. Horn and Patrick Surtain right before,
right in front of our faces.
I love it.
Yeah.
And right before. And so what we did, and what did we do then, Coach? What did we do then? The last time all the defensive players that we wanted went right before us. We traded down a few spots and drafted.
We drafted Pure at just what we thought was this is the best player left.
Well, we traded down.
Why he's here.
We immediately traded down 2 spots, picked up a 3rd round pick, and drafted Micah Parsons. So if all the defensive players that we love are gone at 12, please rinse and repeat, because this is the year to do that. This is the year to do that.
Oh gosh, you are making me nervous just talking about it. I cannot believe it is officially less than a month away.
Oh yeah, we don't stop.
And I couldn't be more excited or more.
It's such a fun weekend.
Have so much potential.
We have an opportunity to try to put over top. But linebacker, right? That's the one that still stands out the most because it's the only one we haven't touched in free agency. You've seen our linebacker room, right?
I have.
We have 3 on the team.
That's it. We have
then I'm behind.
So we don't even have, backup. We have 3 guys that we could put out in a nickel defense or something, and that's it. It's Demo. It's Shamar James, who's a rookie last year, and it's
yeah.
And it's Justin Barron, not even Maurice Lewis.
Justin Barron.
Who
we brought in. Yeah, we had brought him in from
not a starting
somebody's practice squad.
He's not even a consideration in terms of someone you're looking to roll out there and take a lot of snaps. So in reality, we got 2 linebackers that we've given snaps to before. Yeah, so it's linebacker.
We have one linebacker. Let's get this real, guys. We have one linebacker in our linebacker room that we know can even play the position well.
That's why they're having dinner with Ant Hill Jr. last night.
That's right.
But that one player
has
had not good luck the last few seasons, and I swear to gosh,
we couldn't deal with
if he does not get his season,
we couldn't deal with that.
I need him to have his season. Like I want to scream his name every game. But
no, we need it to be all of that. We need it to be year 2 times 2. Yeah.
It's going to happen because what we did up front with Donovan Ezeraku and how we've moved things around.
I like him.
You immediately give Donovan Ezeraku a buttload of confidence when you say, "Dog, we'll trade Micah Parsons about this team." It doesn't mean that we expected you to replace him, but we spent a 2nd round pick on you and then sent a Hall of Fame pass rusher out of here. So we believe you can give us some production over there. That should give that young man a lot of confidence. Then we moved people around and said, okay, this is a new DC for you. This is a new defensive line for you. This is a whole new core. Developed under some real guys, Quinnen Williams, Rashawn Gary, guys who are like consummate pros and really, really good, right? And so I believe DeMarvion Overshown behind the front 4 that we have, not only his development, but because of the front 4 in the DC, DeMarvion Overshown just got better. If you put anything with him and get the middle linebacker position right, when you talk about potential, Sam, we're going to be hard to beat next year. What did that say?
Rick says you still need 2 quarterbacks. Yeah, running back I think is where he's going at, and 2 offensive tackles, and 2 wide receivers.
Oh, he said we need all. Right, so that would be 2, 3.
Oh, you
four,
need
five,
you need all those
7.
to go in the top 12. Oh yeah. Oh gosh, you're talking about.
Yeah.
My dream scenario. No, yeah, you need 2 quarterbacks too. That's at a 2% chance. In my head, I can hardly see the other quarterback that's someone's even going to jump for. Ty Simpson is.
If we gave you because I don't think the 2 quarterbacks is happening, right? But if I gave you the other tackle. And we did, and I gave you one of the receivers. So we're talking about 1 quarterback, running back, 2 tackles, and a receiver. That's 5.
Enough. There's only 5.
That leaves 7. So that's Sonny Styles, Reese, Bain, Bailey, Downs.
It's not enough. They're all gone.
Hey, question: who's the Jets quarterback right now?
That's a good question.
So you said you don't see them take 2 quarterbacks, but I feel like Jets and Raiders, right? Unless that's not.
The Jets have also picked 16. and because
And
it's not
33 and
Oh.
44.
so because it's
And
not
33 and
Oh.
44.
because
Yeah,
it's not
so
an
they'll
insanely
take.
deep draft at quarterback, and there's
Mhm.
not some other guy that people are like, yeah, him too, and it's
Yeah.
really just
Right.
Mendoza
Okay, that
and the
makes
rest.
sense.
No, they could get one of the top 3 quarterbacks in this draft probably at pick 44, like Doug Newsmeyer or something, or you know what I mean. Like, so it's not they
Garrett
they don't
Nussmeier,
no
yeah.
need to reach at 2. It's
Right.
Fernando
Okay, that
Mendoza
makes
and
sense.
and them boys. That's
Them
about,
boys.
that's all it is in
What
this
if
draft.
Raiders traded Jets for the or Jets traded Raiders for the first pick for
That's
Fernando
Then that
Mendoza?
means Tom
that could
Brady didn't
exist.
like him.
That could exist.
Oh.
Mhm.
Yeah, for sure.
But anyways,
Man, I
'Cause
need to watch
but Sam,
Draft
I
Day.
didn't mean what I didn't mean to be is doom and gloom about the linebacker. It's just I wanted to talk about how obvious it is that that's the remaining thing, because
Yeah.
you're right. Otherwise, we
Right.
did a lot. That defense was not it, and that offense was championship caliber. And they didn't
Yeah.
draft. They didn't bring in every biggest name in free agency. But it started with Christian Parker. You know how excited we are about that. And then he's involved in
Right.
these decisions of Rashawn Gary. Coach has been on Jalen Thompson for 2 or 3 years trying to get him to Dallas.
We got a player, Sam.
That's a safety that's better.
Okay.
That safety's better than any safety you've seen play for us in 4 or 5 years.
What about the guy from the Seahawks?
So, that's the other corner that we just got the other day, Derek.
Darion Kendrick.
I don't know as much.
I can't remember his name right
it's-
now,
I think
but
it's
what is he good? Like I think it said like 2 interceptions in 10 games.
Not a lot of snaps.
Yeah, so
only 100.
good production for a little bit of snaps. Yeah, he only played like 170 snaps, but he had like a 76 overall grade and 2 picks. So I mean that for what he did when he was on the field, it was good.
So
Yeah.
it's like they didn't have
Okay,
room
okay.
for him, and we definitely had room to add corners. So we
Needed.
had
So that's where
now
we've
the other corner,
done
though,
some real
the other
good.
corner that we've added, Kobe Durant. Go ahead, Coach.
I
No,
love I
that's what I was
remember
gonna
his
say.
name.
That's
Right,
more
the
exciting.
DB room. That's where we did some real good. Kobe Durant, PJ Locke, Jalen Thompson, Darion Kendrick. We've added 2 safeties, 2 DBs, and to a room that was already not necessarily hurting with Deron Bland, Savone Revel, Kalen Carson, Josh Butler. Like
Kind
it
of
wasn't
though, but
Yeah.
right,
not.
kind
Yeah.
of. It was still a lot of question marks, right? But now that
Right,
you've thrown
lots of
2 more
hinging
in the
on
mix,
what's
and you're looking to possibly draft one in the top 20 players, all of a sudden that room looks comfortably fit. Vinny here
I'm
is
looking at
telling us
Vinny
to trade up to 6 with Cleveland and grab
and
Styles.
grab Styles.
Now, Vinny,
I'll
where
try-
I'm with you on
If
this,
you show me the trade, I'm definitely talking. I'm on the phone. Go ahead.
Styles don't make it to 6 though is my problem. You got to trade with Tennessee to 4 to get Styles.
They've got the picks.
That's
to do
where
Rumor
I'm at.
has it Tennessee's going to take Jeremiah Love.
That would make a ton of sense.
Me and Coach have Jeremiah
That's a
Love.
rumor.
Me and Coach
Yeah.
had Jeremiah Love even 1 pick before that to Arizona.
Really?
Yeah.
We think they've
Yeah.
lost
I
their
think-
quarterback and need to find another way to.
Tony's on
score
his
some
last
points
contract, his last year of his contract there with them, right?
here.
I think so.
So
Oh man, I
Um,
was looking through my pictures earlier, Sam. Scrolling back looking for some graphic I made or something. I ran across me saving a if they call it I'm a Hollet T-shirt that had been made right after the interview when he kind of first coined that.
if they call
If
it,
they
I'm
call it, I'm a
a
Hollet.
Remember that?
That was so
Oh,
great, so great.
Man,
That was so good. That was actually really good. If they call it, I'm a haul it. That was
I
brilliant.
might still have to get a shirt. I still
Didn't
have all
you-
my merch.
You met his peeps and ate some barbecue up at their spot, yeah?
Yeah, we went
That's
to
super cool.
Memphis and I met his mom and his aunt and we ate there. And then I got hold on.
He's back there.
Little-
Yeah, today you can show us.
Yeah, all right, hold on. Let's see. I don't know how to flip my camera, so I'm gonna flip my phone. Bang! And it says Playmaker
Tony
right
P.
there.
Love it.
Yeah, he's chilling.
it's
And then I
about.
got my koozie, two t-shirts, something else. I don't know. I can't remember. But the
A
fact
hug
that
from Mama Pollard.
yeah, like I have her phone number in my phone. I will never
Love
ever
it.
text her, but the fact that I have my favorite football player's mother's
yeah,
phone number in
tremendous.
my phone, like deal.
I won't text her
That's
though, fanning responsibly.
Fanning very
That's right.
responsibly. She
Don't
gave me
abuse the
her
privilege.
number to send her a picture of us together, and I'm like, okay.
Cool deal. Look,
Yeah.
see, I finally got this on display. I finally was able to after the move. So that's how Coach spent his break. Coach, you might have to drop. Can you
Yeah, I
drop the
will
logo
drop the
there? Here, I'll
overlay
just
for
pick
you.
it up.
Oh,
You
you
got it.
beat.
No
you-
problem.
Yeah, my Beebs. That's right. I got the Beebs down here. Finally got him in. So as you know, Coach spent his spring break moving, but once I got set, well, I actually moved right before spring break, and the wife got me a new grill to break in the house, and so I spent my entire spring break. I've grilled like I think 5 out of 6 nights. It was so I had some fun.
Yoo-hoo.
Just stayed at home, trying to get the house in order and put up pictures, make it a home and all that good stuff. But yeah, it was it was a busy spring break, but it was fun. And so finally, now that we got everything set up, I was able to finally pull the BB ball out. I was comfortable with pulling it out and finally put it on the shelf.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to move rooms too. I have a whole plan for my little podcast room, so
Love it.
be ready because it's coming.
Oh, we are. Have you given any
20
consideration to like a wall color? I've noticed from watching some things on YouTube that the plain white walls that don't generally do the best, and that people who have like a deeper color, they really bring out like
Or if
I
you
skin tones and
on the
stuff.
white, puts the LED is
Oh,
the
that
like
too.
affordable way to go on white walls without having to paint.
see. Yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I did plan on doing white, but I planned on like taking like green fake leaves with lights down the back, like not plain white, having decorations around it, and like I have a couple of Cowboys art pictures, my hats. Like I want to make it an area like you guys have,
Yeah.
Yeah. No,
and get it
no,
all set up, not on a stupid shelf behind me that you
Where it
can't see
where it moves
everything.
around, right? Because you end up in front of the shelf, right? You need it around yourself. Good deal.
Right, exactly. So
That's the next
just coming
project you're
soon.
saying? That's great.
Yep.
That's great.
man.
I'm
Y'all show
excited.
Sam some love, working hard on the next project, setting up the podcast room.
Woo.
Hit that like, hit that subscribe, turn on the notifications. If you want to, before we wrap this thing up, we see a few, a couple dozen y'all in here. 774-290-2200. Give us a call. Dial
Yeah, real quick.
269-2697, on your phone, and that's basically Cowboys for those of you who can spell. We can't, so I can't spell. So I remind you, it's 269-2697. Um 6, 7. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not gonna do that.
Oh
We
my gosh.
call into the show. It's fourth and late at the 8. We'd be willing to talk to you. It's 5 minutes left. 5 minutes left on the show. Friday night, we got Sam doing the mock draft. Tomorrow we may drop a Jimmy's 2 a day, but then also Friday or tomorrow night will be fourth and late at the 8. Sam, it was so cool. We were running AM Mayhem the other day, and Rick called in, who's watching right now, who says we could also get a veteran linebacker after the draft, like last year. I like that idea. Also, we've left ourselves open, Rick, just add to this before I go on my little thing here. We also have set ourselves up to, after we draft, week 5 or 6 rolls around and we think we need a piece. We still got some picks next year. We could pull a Quinn and Williams move and still add to this team before the trade deadline to really go all in. So I'm going to keep an eye out for that.
Come off
But
George Pickens, you'll have plenty of money to do it too again.
Wait a minute. What did you just say?
Oh, we
trade
have to
George
come off of
Pickens, you
George
heard him?
Pickens. You don't know about that? Yeah, we do.
We're not going to
Well,
talk
Sam,
about that. This
so
is like
Sam,
a nope, nope.
I
We
know,
have
I know.
5
Look,
minutes left.
no,
Say
I'm with you.
nope.
okay, we
I'm
won't.
not going to
here-
say
here-
nothing about George. I'll just tell you this.
We won't do
While
it
you're on
tonight, but
vacation,
tomorrow or Friday, we will address that because it's
we will
it's got
address.
look,
We'll
it
have
has
to
nothing
talk
to
about it.
do with the two of us not thinking the same thing you do about the player that George Pickens is. It's us getting further into have you ever seen the movie Moneyball?
I
Brad
don't
Pitt,
know.
Jonah Hill, baseball, Oakland A's.
Probably
The
not.
baseball movie. It's great.
Fantastic movie that one of the best sports movies of all time that really gives you an insight into the idea of not getting of being of being
No.
it's basically our GM brain and not our fan brain, and it's actually pretty serious. Yeah.
So I won't say anything
Right.
about
We'll wait.
TRAD and GP, and I
You
won't say
guys are
that. I'm
spelling
just
it
listen.
like I can't spell words.
No, but listen, I won't talk about that. I'm not going to put it
Hey.
into existence or say it. I'm just going to give you this piece of information, and then we'll move on. I'm just going to give you this piece of information. While you were on vacation, Jackson Smith and Jigma got
163 million, right?
$42 million a year.
Yeah, I tweeted and said the
42.
price. Okay, but so I tweeted and I said the price for GP is going up, and somebody said, "Well, why haven't they made an offer yet as to trade him for the franchise tag we have on him?" So if there's a reason people are waiting for it, maybe there's more of a possibility that he is just a freaking cowboy. Let me sit back down.
Well,
I
What we
hope
got?
so.
Oh, I know.
He has to take. Here's the thing.
Hang
He has to want to be a
Help me out
Cowboy
with this
so
name.
bad.
Oh, nice logo here. Nice emblem. Help me out.
Realm of crypto.
Re- Realm of
Realm
Real
Crypto.
of
There
MO.
it is.
crypto,
Good
yeah.
job. Hey,
Realm of
I'm not even, I'll tell y'all after the show what I read the first time.
We
But what's up?
appreciate
We
you.
appreciate it.
Yo,
Absolutely.
make sure you tap that like, show us some love. We really
Ooh.
appreciate you stopping by. I hope you're enjoying the show. We're talking the untalkable right now with Sam. Of course, you cannot trade GP3, but Friday we're gonna have to discuss it, Sam. So strap up your seatbelt.
Hey, we'll be on
Get
again
ready
tomorrow as
because
the show's starting to wind down. Only a few minutes left in the show.
Dang it.
We're going to be here most weeknights at 8. We're still waiting on people to get brave enough to call in and talk to us. We are here. It's nice and easy. 774-290-2200 PIN Cowboys.
Yeah,
And-
just call in and tell them we have to keep George Pickens. Like that's all you have to say is we're gonna keep George Pickens. Then you can hang up, but just help me out here.
you can hang
Guys,
up.
I haven't got a jersey yet. I need a jersey before he's allowed to leave. Like I need an alt, I need a Thanksgiving alt, I need a blue one, and I need a white one. So if you can just stay long enough for me to get all 4 color schemes of jerseys.
Oh, speaking
Whatever.
of uniforms, what was the legitimacy of that black and white uniform?
Ooh.
I seen a post on that. Is that real?
No, it was no.
Oh,
No.
oh,
No. Okay,
with the
so
gut
it was.
punch.
I'm changing the subject right now, even though the picture of the uniform was George Pickens. ML Football tweeted that. I don't know where they got it from, and they're not a very trustworthy source at all. I'm not reading this.
Yeah, Vachin
I'm
brought
not
us say
reading.
it doesn't really affect his price. That's good news for you. Vachin brought us
That
say
is good. All right, I'll read that one.
Yeah, it
They
doesn't run
could
him up.
possibly be right, but I'd be ready to argue with them that it does. But go ahead.
No, there's no legitimacy to it. I think the ones that we get with the black and the blue numbers at the stores are the closest we're gonna get. I want to try to convince somebody because that one, if we had like lines of blue or a little bit more silver in there, we need blue in there at all. I'd love it. I would love a midnight uniform. Everybody does a whiteout. We should make it all black.
Yep.
A blackout, I think. Yeah.
I agree. Rick, you're bringing up a couple of our favorite there, Vach and Brodus. Landry's been watching Vach for a long time. I've been a fan of I don't know who's not a fan of Brian Brodus if you love Cowboys Nation. Pickens will probably get between 30 and 30.
I definitely feel like it's the higher end of that. But
listen, I'm gonna try to be real here. I love all you guys. Okay, Jimmy loves all of you. Rick, I appreciate your service, brother, and the call in on our first AM Mayhem, show that went really good. I gotta be real with you guys right now. If y'all think that unless George Pickens has fired David Mulligetta sometime in the last week and I didn't know about it, there's no way that David Mulligetta is letting George Pickens take CeeDee Lamb's contract from 2 years ago going into the 3rd year of that CD contract. There is absolutely no way David Mulligetta lets that happen. There's no way with a $42 million Jackson Smith and Jigba contract that the floor isn't 37 or 8.
You know why?
And if he plays on you can tell me why in 1 second, Coach. If he plays on the tag and plays good again, the floor is 40.
Yeah.
He's right. They're a 10 out of 10. They're f***ing good.
I'm just saying. But go ahead. Tell me why.
That's why.
Oh, because he's really good. He is. He's
happen.
a 10 out of 10. He's really good.
Yeah,
they had their chances when he was with the Steelers. Like people knew his potential. They doubted him. That's why he got signed with us. And now that it's not going to work with anybody else's scheme. He has to stay a Cowboy.
If you guys want to.
Him and CD are homies for life. Like he has made his life here. He has made it clear. And if he can't be more of a man than who was it, Micah Parsons, and go over his agent and tell his agent what he needs, then I don't know what to say.
Y'all might need to go.
40.
Right, I'm a man. I can tell you what I want you to do as my agent, or I'll find another one.
And that may happen. T. Higgins had to fire him. T. Higgins had to let go of Mulligetta. It wasn't working out. That was another receiver. So listen.
So it does
feel like T. Higgins is great.
It
You'd
does
have
feel
to
like
go
we
back
could go
to-
an entire another hour on Jordan. And like I said, this may be the entire
Yes,
show.
and I have to go to bed.
This
actually,
may be the whole show tomorrow, honestly, because
It may be, and listen, we understand people are
It's
coming in. We
serious.
see y'all coming in. We really appreciate it. It is a Wednesday. We do got to get about it pretty soon. But we hit the like, hit the subscribe, turn on the notifications so you don't miss the next show. But listen, I think if I'm just gonna say this, I told y'all if you go back to week 6 or 7 to the Star We Are Live, I told y'all then two elite wideouts work until it doesn't. And what you need to do right now to make them buddies is get George Pickens to agree before the trade deadline to take CD's contract and just say, look, we'll go ahead and give you a 3-year extension on the year you're on. So that way you and CD are up at the same time. You don't have to worry about it. We'll pay you the exact same that he's making. So that way from that point on, neither one of them had to worry about who was making more dollars. Neither one of them had to worry about when they were getting signed again. They're both getting extended or traded or you see what I'm saying? If you would have matched CD's contract right then and there before the trade deadline and said, take it, we want you to be a Cowboy for the next 3 years with CD for the exact same money, that works. Because you didn't, this can't work anymore. And we'll
but
talk more
didn't
about
they
it
all
later.
through? Oh, okay,
Lots
yeah.
more to
'cause I
say.
could
We're
keep
letting you go
going.
to bed. Otherwise, we're going all night.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
gotta
because
get up
people
at
are
6
still
a.m.
coming in and listen, we appreciate you guys. Turn
Y'all
on
come
the
back tomorrow
notifications
night.
so you don't miss
Be
it.
back tomorrow.
Sam,
We'll be here to finish this conversation
4th and
because I'm
late
not
at
done
the
it will
8.
fighting.
be 4th and late at the 8 on Thursday. Sam, tell them what to do.
Um,
George,
please be like I'm about to not be tomorrow and fan responsibly.
we love you guys.
Your time to make the call is now. It's 4th and late at the 8.